I just caught wind that the Supreme Court of the United States just struck down affirmative action. Now, this is brilliant, ladies and gentlemen. This is a step forward, a monumental step forward in history. This is going to go down into the history books because affirmative action incentivizes laziness for people of color. It incentivizes incompetence. Why? Because people of color, it incentivizes the lower class miscreants because they know they are a definite shoe-in into the corporate environments, into college admissions, and even in sports, simply because of this. As people of color, we should be offended by BEE and affirmative action in the first place. Because most low-level thinkers, most amateur one, primitive-minded miscreants, the peasants, they see this at first value and their immediate instinct is to be offended. No, you're selling out. This is injustice, right? But some of us who have, evolved our thinking, some of us, we are higher grade intellectuals. We understand how the world works. We've taken the due diligence, the time to understand how the world works, regardless of the feel or of how you feel. We understand that, this BE and affirmative action is offensive because it basically communicates that you, people of color, aren't capable of competing at the highest level, at optimum level. We have to force you in. Do you not want to be taken seriously in the world? Do you not want to be recognized for your merits, your hard work? Because people who incentivize BE and affirmative action, it actually they say to themselves, they said to people of color, okay, let us lower the bar because you people of color aren't worthy. You're not smart enough. You're not good enough to compete at the highest levels of any industry. So much so that we have to lower the bar for you. Oh, poor you, right? No. I'm a so-called person of color, and even I condemn this. Don't treat me like a special kid. Back in high school, we all know that special kid who was on the spectrum, that special autistic kid was on the spectrum. That's what affirmative action treats people of color. Have you realized? Put your feelings aside. This is brilliant because it's gonna spill over into other industries as well. In the corporate environment and even in sports, like I said. And I feel so sorry for the whites because they have to, for the longest time, they just had to sit there and bite their lips working with incompetent affirmative action hirings. Because if they say anything about us, that means they're racist, right? Especially on social media. And I remember a time where people used to be free to voice their genuine, authentic thoughts on social media or on Twitter. Nowadays, you so much as like the wrong thing, you come out, you come under scrutiny. You get called all sorts of ists and isms. Why? Because most people today are corporate slaves. I mean, corporate employees. Man, where'd that come from, right? But that's how it's been. That's how it is nowadays. People today are corporate slaves. I mean, think about it. You come in every day, you punch in, right? Do your work, make just enough money to, pay your bills, and you clock out at 5, from 9 to 5, and you're not even making enough money to even build wealth. You're limited in terms of your speech. You're limited at work, especially men. More specifically, heterosexual masculine men. Because nowadays you have all sorts these men of today who are of the limp-wristed persuasion, if you know what I mean. Homosexuals, gay men, soft peons, NPCs. This wokest agenda has even flipped all aspects of our civilization on its head, especially relationships. Women empowerment. Now, women, if you so much as have a simple argument, how couples fight, if you so much as have a verbal fight with your wife, oh, now you labeled an abuser. Oh, now it's divorce time. I'm being hypothetical, by the way. But yeah, I'm glad that, all this BS, all this wokest BS, all this BE and affirmative action, it's all coming crashing down, finally. I saw this day coming. Oh yes, I saw it coming kilometers away. I actually have people thanking me for voicing out these opinions, especially whites, for some odd reason. They're not in my comment section where everyone can see for some odd reason. Some of them, they create fake accounts and they say, hey, and they inbox me in privately and say, Mr. Showtime, thank you, bar donkey, because, I can't say it because, I'm white, and if I say, Sipo's late from work, I'm going to get fired. They message me privately and I'm saying, yeah, hey, Mr. Showtime got your 6, right? Which is why I'm doing this in the first place, right? But yeah, the truth is on our side. Okay, you cannot perpetuate BS for long because the truth is inevitable. 2024, Trump is going to get back into the Oval White House and we're going to save America. And if you're in South Africa, we are going to see a new party, especially if you're born in my generation, the millennials. If you're born in 1994, we are going to see a new governance for the very first time. John Steenhuisen is going to win in 2024. I can see the writing's all on the wall at this point. People of color, my final message to you is this. In closing, Vala, hlale phansi, wenza umsebenzi wakho. Yangizwa? Translation, close here, open here, keep your head down and grind forward. Nothing's stopping you. Right? I mean, there's a lot of people, low-level thinkers in this world. Most people in this world are just a bunch of idiots. So, for example, see this lovely flag here, this first world South African flag, because that's what we are, a first world South Africa. We're a first world country. I've had people on my TikTok talk about, oh, they want to have me arrested because I bedazzled our flag. Without even asking me what it means. I've put stars on it. This is the Southern Cross star system. If you look up at night, you'll see it. And I've put the Commonwealth stars on it. Right? 3, 6, 9. 9 stars, 9 Commonwealth stars, which symbolizes our 9 provinces. And I decided to put them on the green part of South Africa because that represents our land. Provinces on the land. Very few people understand the genius of this flag design that was created by yours truly, Mr. Showtime, right? But yeah, listen. The whole wokest agenda is coming to an end. But there's going to be some pushback from, the feminists, the wokest, the pro-blacks, right? There's going to be some major pushback. But until then, let us just celebrate knowing that, we are fighting. And our voices, right, have played a significant influence in the decision-making of these Supreme Court justices. Because they are listening to us, they are seeing our videos. Shout out to Donald Trump for appointing Republican Supreme Court justices. Right? The big one is coming in 2024. The presidential elections. The biggest one of our lifetimes. if you're in America and if you're here in South Africa. But until then, that's all for now. Affirmative action is coming down, even in sports. I would much rather have people have the confidence that so-and-so is hired based on their merit. A meritocracy society is what we need. Not this limiting wokest, oh, don't say this, you'll offend these people. No, stop it. We need a meritocracy, a society that makes sense. Hirings based on your merits and your qualifications and your capabilities. This is what promotes strength. Darwin's law. The survival of the fittest. The toughest will survive. The toughest will get jobs. The weaklings will, be weeded out, will perish. This is another thing. In life, there will always be winners and losers. Not everyone can win. We're not all the same. We're not equal. Stop it. Darwin's law. Survival of the fittest. The weakest, let them perish. Their problems are not ours. If you've been watching this far, thank you so much for watching. You see the... I'm actually now on Rumble because the other app is acting... but anyway, never mind. Find me on Rumble on rumble.com/Mr. Showtime. And thank you so much for watching. Cheers.